Well, happy Tuesday. It's time for this week's video. Get ready. Okay, so let's talk about a verse that comes up a lot in Christian doctrine and dogma. Basically, a gospel revolutionary posted a question about Romans chapter 3, verse 22. Right after Christmas on our private group on Facebook. And if you want to join that group, go to Facebook and type in the Facebook search bar Gospel Revolution Private Group. And then just send us a request to join, and we'll go from there. But Romans chapter 3, verse 22 reads like this. Even the righteousness of God, which is by the faith of Jesus Christ, unto all, and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. Now, in Christian dogma, they use this verse to say that the righteousness of God is only for those that believe. But the thing that should make you look twice at what Paul just said is the statement right after that, for there is no difference. So if there's a difference, there must be two things he's comparing to see if there's a difference. So you have to kind of chunk what he's saying, chunk by chunk, brick by brick, that he used to build this sentence. He's saying, even the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ, unto all, and that word unto also means into all, and upon all them that believe. There's the two things he's comparing. He's saying that righteousness, which is by the faith of Jesus Christ, not by your faith, not by my faith, not by your believing, not by my believing, but by Jesus' belief, because Jesus was the believer. Righteousness came into all, or was imputed to all, or unto all. Now, Paul further explains this and clarifies it in chapter 5, and you're not going to get the full picture that Paul is trying to paint in this whole letter to the Romans unless you read the whole thing, bearing in mind everything he says now all the way to the end. But what he is saying here is there is no difference. The righteousness of God by the faith of Jesus Christ is into all, and it is upon all of them that believe. Because those that believe, they get it. They understand it. They believe the gospel. And this is really what Paul's talking about, is believing the gospel. And believing the gospel has a saving effect, a salvation effect in and of itself. It's a salvation of the mind and the emotions and the conscience. Because the Jews, all the way up until the time that Christ came, they were condemned. They knew they were unrighteous, and by their works, by their deeds and actions, they tried to achieve a righteousness in the eyes of God. They tried through their works to be righteous before God. And even non-Jews, who also believed in God and their condemnation, they also, through their works, through their actions and deeds, tried to achieve a righteousness in the eyes of God. And knowing the gospel, that Jesus Christ, by his faith, redeemed the world, all who were unrighteous, which was everybody, that saves the soul from the internal condemnation one feels because of believing that you're unrighteous until you hear the good news that Christ has made you righteous. That is a salvation to the soul. It's salvation. It lifts the burden of the condemnation on the mind and the heart of the person. But the righteousness is unto all. That's all. That's everybody. And upon all them that believe, there is no difference. The believers are righteous, but that's because everybody else is righteous too. It's revolutionary, I know. Have a revolutionary week.